Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to assemble a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And before I get things going here, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, well, you can just go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. It is indeed, just so we know, just so y'all are aware, it's a Thursday and I'm working on a jigsaw puzzle, which is a fun one. Twitch changed their chat, or not chat, their users in chat around a bit, listing chatbots by name, and that threw me off because I didn't know it was happening. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. Yeah, so Monday stream, I took a break from doing the jigsaw puzzle to do a fundraiser stream, fundraiser number 2 of 3 at least, because I'm going to do a third one. And then Tuesday, played Pokemon, had a really bad headache, quit the stream about a half an hour before I normally do. I'm feeling good today. I'm excited to work on this jigsaw puzzle. I've got my magnifying glass for this, and I've got a bunch of pieces that I think I can figure out where they go. And we're just gonna do this. This is the Planeswalkers jigsaw puzzle. So all of the things we'll be looking at here are all Planeswalkers. They all say Legendary Planeswalker and then the name of them on the card. So any piece that says Legendary Planeswalker is not going to be helpful. But the other pieces should be pretty helpful. Let's go over here to the main. I zoomed in. Let's see. Yeah, this is about as much as I can zoom out here. So you can see that this is the frame right there, and the frame there, and the frame on the sides. And yeah, the last time I worked on this, which would be Saturday, I was frustrated because I had done some of the top wrong. I have since corrected that issue, I believe. And yeah, so this is what the puzzle is going to look like when I'm done. As you can see, got a variety of fun friends here. And so I am just starting to slowly put this all together. My goal is to do as many of the pieces that I can easily identify, and then start doing the pieces that I can't identify as easily. Like, you know, something like the gray 5 here. Let's see if I can do it in a way you can see. Like, it's just like, oh, it's 5 in the bottom corner. Well, there's a bunch of those cards, so that's going to be hard if I just get that little piece. And then the very last step will be filling in all of the dark blue and black and a little bit of red, basically doing our center Planeswalker, because that's going to be the most difficult. You know, like, oh, we can probably figure out the eyes and the face, but then it's like, which of these blue pieces is this, or is it part of that? Like, you know, it'll be annoying, but it'll eventually start to just make sense and kind of come together. But right now, we are hours away from that fun. So we need to get in on this action here by assembling some pieces. So I got my magnifying glass, and I'm going to look at pieces and look for... All right, so I'm looking for a card with a red frame that says an arch of something or other. So with a B. So of B. And that's... Oh, this is a bowl... Yeah, this is right. This is the Domri Anarch of Bolus. So that... Ooh, hey, we're going to connect some floating pieces are going to get connected. Whoa, look at that. Look at this. This is looking great. We're making progress here. Nissa. Okay, Nissa is on the top row somewhere. Nissa's there. This is there. This is not Nissa's name. This is Nissa for Legendary Planeswalker. So that goes here. Great. I knew that. I am familiar with some of these Planeswalkers. I don't know about this one. Yangu. Wild something or other. Yangu. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's Jiang Yangu. That goes here then. All right. This is a legendary Planeswalker. They all are. So now I'm looking for a legendary planeswalker that seems to have like an animal or something in the bottom corner, and some green, and then a brown thing. So now I look around, and that at first I thought it was the Wanderer because there's some green in there, but that doesn't seem right, so it's not that. Could it be? This is not Nissa because I already have that there, and this is like a more of a gold name plate here, so it's not that. It's nothing on this page, I don't think. Could be this one. No. So then we flip the legend over. Is it? It's not Vivian. Is this? Ooh, I don't know. Oh. It's a Johnny, the Great-Hearted. This is a Johnny piece. That goes here. Nice. Really like it when we can start getting these floater pieces like connections and stuff and start building it out. We haven't completed any card. Hey, Lord Crash is in. Welcome. We haven't completed any card yet, but it's early. I'm not expecting to complete cards in this stage of the game. Normally, I would save images like this for later. You can see that there. But I feel like I can figure this one out. So it should go like this. That's the top of the card. So that's... Yes. It's Nicol Bolas, Dragon God. This is a Nicol Bolas piece here. So that's going to go there then? Right. Does that go there? I think that goes there. Yeah, because then the other one goes on the other side. Yes. And then there's a piece that goes there. Okay. That looks pretty good. I believe that's correct. Yeah, that looks right. And we got a lady's face. Got a space, got a spectral lady. That's going to be Kaya, right? Yeah, that's Bane of the Dead. That's Kaya, Bane of the Dead. So, that's the Annie and Bane. Hell yeah. There we go, Kaya. This is a card that has the word God in it. Something God. So now I get to go through all these cards and look for God. There's probably more than one God, and I don't remember this one. Well, there's Dragon God. Is this part of Nicol Bolas? Which is a really cool card. It is. That is weird. Okay, and then so this piece goes here. We're getting I gotta use two hands for this. We're getting a lot of this Nicol Bolas card together, which is great for me. And we now connect this. We can now, oops. I got my nails clipped. I clipped my nails and now making this a little difficult here and there. You may be able to tell from the overhead camera that this is a piece of a big box. So this cardboard is not just one sheet. And so it is a little uneven, but I don't have one piece of cardboard that has not been folded that is wide enough for this. And if you're asking yourself, Pat, why are you building on one big piece of cardboard, even if it was, eventually a box that had folds in it? And that is so that I can then pick this up and move it to another table, and so it is not on my workspace, because this table that I'm currently touching here is my build space for streaming, but it's also my desk for every other part of my life, every other part of my day. So it's necessary to have that ready to go when I could put canvas or something over this, but then I'm just like doing stuff. I don't want to have my snacks, my afternoon snack, while this is out here. So I just move it out of my way. Sometimes it goes on my bed. If I need to get in where I would keep it, and then there's a place to put it. It all works out. I got a system at this point. This is my third one. So at least one of these cards has Chaos in their name, and I don't remember which one, but I can find it. It should not be hard. Oh yeah, that's right. Angrath, Captain of Chaos. This is definitely Angrath. So that's goes here. This is good because it clipped in right away, which means this part of the frame was right. Okay. This one, I might not be able to figure out. I might have to do this later. So this is a card that has 5 in the bottom right corner. It is a red border, and it is next to a card with a red border. Aristophan just subscribed to tier 2. That's 84 months, saying 84 divided by 12 equals 7 years. Thank you so much for the continued support. Really appreciate that, Aristophan. Let's throw the Bear Cave Lego site tier 2 blue emote in chat. Thank you, Aristophan, very much for their continued support. Means the world to me. Our tier 2 subscriber getting that cool emote. Thank you very much for continuing to support me, especially at tier 2. It means a lot. But that is a lot of time, yeah. So as I said, I am looking for a something that's 5 in the right corner that is a red border that is next to another red border. And so I'm just going to look at cards that are like, is this part of Captain of Chaos? No. Is this... Okay, so this could be this card that is being blocked, which is next to a legendary Planeswalker, Tybalt. This could be a card that goes next to Tybalt. And it says gains. And it says gains. Yeah, okay. So that goes here, which is here. Yes. That makes sense. And then it goes next to this here. Okay. That went down there. I think that's right. It fit perfectly, so I'm going to say that's the right place for it. Jaya. All right, I got to figure out where Jaya is. Got a little piece of Jaya here. We'll see if we can find Jaya. Only one of these three of these style or this company's Magic jigsaw puzzles had the cards in alphabetical order. And I hate that. That was the first one of these that I did. Okay, so Jaya's up here. That was the first one of these I did, and I didn't realize till like a ways in. It was a ways into the build when I recognized, or the assembly, when I recognized, oh, these fucking cards are in alphabetical order. And I'm so mad that I wasted so much time on that one, not knowing that. Such a waste. But now not alphabetical, but we can figure it out. All right, so a card that starts with A and an N. No. Oh. Is this? Yeah. Is this going to be Angrath? Which would go here? Yeah, and it's part of Nissa. Excellent. All right. Dead or something with DA towards the end of a name that has like dead towards the end or something. This one I might have to fill in the blanks later. This might not be one that I can. Well, Bane of the... Ooh, is this Bane of the Dead? Is this Kaya? Bane of the Dead. It could be. Goes over there. Let me carefully move this. So, Bane of the... It is. Hell yeah. Look at that. All right, and then this one is... Eminence. Something's Eminence. Mm-hmm. Venerated Fire Mage, Warcrafter. All right, it's on the other side of this. I guess I could just... The problem is that this isn't unwieldy. It's just there's no good place for me to put this. Maybe now is okay, because I just have to lift it all the time. Okay, yeah. Goes over here. Swarms Eminence. Hell yeah. We love that. All right, this is a legendary Planeswalker, which a lot of these are. It has a red-green border, and then it says add red or creature. So it's not Summit. It's not that. This one might be tough, but there are only so many red-green creatures you can control. Okay, yeah, so this looks like it is part of Domri, an Arcabolus. So it would go here. And it goes there. Yeah. All right. This is a legendary planeswalker. I'm gonna stop saying it at some point for every fucking card, but it does make me laugh to say it all the time. It does make me giggle. Is this... No, that's not part of that. That's not part of it. It's a legendary. Yes, Lord Grashington. It's a legendary planeswalker. This piece is part of a legendary planeswalker. Weirdly enough. Now, what do you look like? Oh, you're over here. Yeah, you're one of these pieces here. So you go here on this. Yeah. Let's see. This is just... Why did I think... I guess that's this. Yeah, I guess that's that. You go over here, huh? This piece goes there. Got it. Hell yeah. Wait. Go like that. You go like that. And you're like here then. Yeah. That's not right, so... Must be like that. Something like that. I don't know. I think this is right. We'll find out later. But then you'd be more over here, probably. Again, find out later. Wait. Yeah. It'll all figure out. I prefer the epic planeswalker over the legendary planeswalker. You know. I'm a sucker for some legendaries. Heart. One of y'all got heart in your name, and I can't remember which one. Ah, there you go. The sun's heart. You go here. You're part of this, and you're part of that. How odd. What a coinky dink that you were so close to one another. All right, we got a red border. Token dies, it deals target. Quotation marks. Red border, it's this one. Tybalt. This is a Tybalt piece. Hell yeah, now we got Tybalt connected to the base. Base. All right, as I do this, in the second hour, we're going to talk about some anime. I feel like I'm just going to get some game talk out of the way here. I streamed on Monday, but I did not do my usual conversations about games and such, so I figured I could. Why did I think I could figure this one out? It says, like, of the. And then above it is Planeswalker. I probably could figure this out. Is this Bane of the Dead? But I think we figured that out. Yeah, so this is not of the dead, but it's of the. It's F the. You know, F the. So it's another one. Is this Voice of the Pack? Is it is? Okay. That one should have been harder. That's a lucky one there. Yes. That's a lucky one. That one should have been more difficult. I got very lucky. Sori. Okay, I can figure out who Sori is. I'll just look at every card for that, and I'll figure that out. As I'm doing that, yes, since we didn't talk about that whole thing of any games conversations we'll talk about. We'll start with some layoffs, unfortunately, and then we'll do some good gaming news. Start with layoffs here. Crystal Dynamics is laying off even more people. This is the Crystal Dynamics. They were embraced. You may remember them as a studio owned by Square Enix. That's why Square Enix, who had a brief dabble with publishing indie games, that's why Lara Croft and Final Fantasy are involved, are packs in Power Wash Simulator. But now neither, well, Final Fantasy is still Square Enix, but Tomb Raider not part of that. They have laid off people. We do not know how many people at the time of posting, which was today. Do not know how many people. Apparently, they're giving resources to help people. And, of course, decision. You may realize this. That this decision, not made lightly, and the usual jargony bullshit. But yeah, more layoffs at... if I was at a company that had been embraced, I would always be worried about being laid off because it seems like that is par for the course. Our studio closing, or we got our rights, we got our naming rights back, or the rights to our company back, but also we have to lay people off because now we're an independent company and we don't have the money for this shit. So this goes here. We did it. But obviously it fucking sucks. And my condolences to the people we do not know. This is also, there were layoffs earlier this year. This is the second. They laid off 17 people earlier this year, and they laid off a ton of people in 2023. And this is probably in response to the cancellation of the Perfect Dark reboot, and then perhaps not finding stuff. We don't know. It might be related. A lot of these things are kind of interconnected. We don't know. I can't make general statements about that. I don't know if these things are connected, but it's possible. And that's only because the initiative, that studio, was in a partnership with Crystal Dynamics. So we don't know if that's related or not. About half of the staff that worked on Rec Room, the studio Rec Room, have been laid off. Now, if you're like, Pat, Rec Room, that's not the name of a studio. That's the name of a online experience. No. Rec Room is that is the name of the studio and the online social thingamabob. They named it the same. All right, I'm sorry. I'm looking for a blue frame that has some kind of thing, but it's not this, because that's not a blue frame, and this isn't it either. So I'm looking for a blue frame. Is it you? I don't know if this is that, or is it over there? Yeah, that's not you. That doesn't look right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this one is here. Our stumbling block here. Eve? I don't know. This might be Nasir. Nope, it's not Nasir, because they're in a set. They're set. It's not that one. Oh, Pat, just look at every legendary planeswalker, and it'll be one of those. I don't think it's this one. But there's only so many blue borders. So I don't know. Yeah, it's not that one. This is going to go in my don't know yet pile because I don't know yet. So this is our first one we're giving up on for now, of course. But yes, let's see. They laid off about half their staff. I don't know if I know the exact number. It's not them. It's we truly wish to keep every one of these people on the team. We can't. It's a reflection of the tough reality we face as a business, a change we need to give Rec Room a chance to thrive in years ahead. Apparently, they are getting a severance package, and for the next 3 months, and their health benefits continue for the next 6 months. And apparently, if the studio provide them with a laptop or a desktop computer, they can keep that. So, right now, I will say Rec Room is doing one of the best packages I have ever heard. That is, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean a whole lot, but it is kind of great comparatively. So good on them, I guess. It obviously fucking sucks. There's no way it doesn't suck, but if it's gotta suck, at least there's that. That's something. Okay, so this is a legendary Planeswalker. Stop me if you've heard this before. It's got some green, but it's not this green here. That's a different one. Kind of like a... This piece, also, I was being very optimistic, thinking I could figure this one out based on just looking. I mean, maybe it's Vivian. But that's the piece that says that's the Vivian there, so it's not that one. Is it Nissa? Nope, that's over there. Is it... Nope. Look at all the green here. Look at it. Any green border. Nope, it's not that one there either. It's not that one. Yeah, it's not Vivian. Anissa. Not Gang. It's not that one. Yeah, I don't know. This one, I thought I could figure this one out. Can't. Goes in the pile, and I will deal with that another time. Let's see. Wow, I didn't know this about Rec Room, that they raised $145 million in 2021. And they invested they apparently invested that money. Yeah. Sounds bad over there, but like I said, what they listed as far as what people are getting is more than they would get at a lot of other studios, so that's something. Okay, so this is probably part of an R set. Maybe go like that. Go like there, maybe, because that's the -2. So that would have to go like this. And then the other one says owner. Okay, so that's not that one. Another blue that says -2 is this over here. That says greatest. Power or owner. Okay. That goes over here. That is this piece is... That's not correct. So this goes here. No. Ah, it goes there. Great. And this is a legendary planeswalker that says spells and. I had this in the wrong place, everybody, so now I'm going to try to find the right one. This is a blue card that says spells and abilities. Okay, that's over here. That's going to go like down here. Ah, it goes there. Great. I had this in the wrong place. Now it's in the fucking right place. Here's another blue card. And this blue card is a -1. So we look for a blue card that has a -1. That's another piece over here for Ashok, Dream Renderer. It goes right there? Fuck yeah, it does. Hell yeah. Love that for me. Good news, everybody. Wait, what happened? Oh, sorry. There has been another vote to unionize in in one of the Blizzard studios, developers that focus on the Diablo franchise. 450 developers, artists, designers, engineers, and support staff have assembled one of the largest wall-to-wall unions at Blizzard Entertainment. 450 is no joke. This is a part of the Communication Workers of America, the CWA, that they have voted to unionize, and they voted last night. And they will unionize under in Irvine, California, and Albany, New York, and Austin, Texas. And hey, here's a fun thing. When asked various people there, like what spurred on this round of union efforts, and apparently people voting for it, turns out the number of Microsoft layoffs was the majority reason why people were like, yeah, collective bargaining sounds pretty fucking good. And you know what? It fucking does. It does sound pretty fucking good. So good on them. Congratulations. And good luck getting favorable contracts. So they talked to somebody, a game designer and organizing committee member, Ryan Littleton, had a fucking damning goddamn quote. The day after the third round of mass layoffs, I walked into the office, and when I tried to open the door to the cafeteria, my badge was denied. For a moment, I wondered if getting breakfast was how I'd find out if I was part of that round. While luckily it was just a technical issue, none of us should have to live with that constant worry that we might be let go at the drop of a hat. So yeah, basically it was just like, oh, is eating food the way I find out I've been laid off? No, it was a glitch. Well, maybe I should help organize a union. It's just fucking. Oh, this is gonna go right here. Okay, and that is more proof to me that my the frame up here is good, because that slipped in with no problems. And the top part of Nissa is done. We love to see it. We're happy for Nissa that it's coming together for. All right, we are looking for a green border that says -2 on it, so we'll look for that. No, here, green. There is a -2, so this is probably part of Vivian. This should be part of Vivian, but it also could be part of Arlen. It's not part of Arlen, so that is part of Vivian, and then it's going to go here. And then we see does this connect? And it does. So that's great. We love that. All right. This card gets cut off, but it says the Vengeful Blood. And I believe that is, yes, Vengeful Bloodlord. So that is the top of the head of this fucking guy. So that's next to Sorin. And I want to say that I had put down the piece that's Sorin. So that's here. Okay, that goes here. And then this is next to that. right? Or is that... Which piece is this? Okay, yeah, that's on the same line, but down a little bit. Okay. All right. But yeah, congratulations to them. Um, and hopefully they get a fair contract. Uh, and things to work out for them. Organizing committee member Nav Bhatti said, union. Oh, sorry. At some point, you have to choose between fight or flight, and forming a union is us doing just that, standing our ground in the industry. Yeah, which rules. Good on them. Good luck to them. I hope it goes well for them. As of time of this article from Kotaku, there are 6 games that have publicly said we are delaying out of September, or to later in September or November, or in one case 2026, and in another case unknown. But so far 7 video games, my apologies, updated 7 video games have said we are now no longer coming out right around Silksong. We are fucking terrified of Silksong. Maybe it's not a meme, and that people have just been asking for Silksong are all people that actually genuinely really want Silksong, and it's not just a meme. It's not worth the risk to find out it wasn't a meme and it's real. That is my general takeaway of this, is that, like, oh yeah, they just want to fucking find out. They don't want to find out. Is Death Touch okay? Because if it isn't a meme, then places are gonna get fucking fucked. That doesn't go. Okay, so this piece looks like it goes here, but then this is wrong. This piece is wrong. This piece looks like it goes there, but it doesn't. Because this goes, but that doesn't go there. But it looks like it should, but it doesn't. So there must be another card. There must be another card that goes there. So I'm looking for another -2 that says creature, create a. So we're looking for the -2s here. So let me read you in a second here once I figure out what card this is, what -2 this one is from. Create a. -2. Create a. Put a 1/1 counter. Create a. Look at the top of your library. There's a lot of fucking text on Vivian. Jeez. Create a 1/1 black assassin with death. Yeah, with death and deals. This really looks like it's the right card. But then doesn't fit with anything that's happening here. Yeah, and that looks right, but it's not right, and that's weird to me. That's not Tybalt. -2, create a 1/1. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this one out here. -2, create a 1/1. Hmm. Create a 2/2 blue. No, let's create a 1/1. And that's not Tybalt. Planeswalker creature is also what it says here. Okay, so this looks like this is Vraska, Swarm's Eminence. When I go over here to Vraska, Swarm's Eminence, that feels like it should go here, but it doesn't. Is this piece wrong somehow? No, that piece is right. What's happening here? Yeah, like this. That isn't correct. Oh, maybe it goes there. Maybe that's what it is. But then where does this go? Okay, so that might be what it is. All right, I think this is right now. This is where that card goes. We'll figure it out. Magic cards are very wordy these days. Yes, Lastbrook, some of them are. But like Vivian has so much goddamn text on it. It's wild. When we get, it's like, look at the top, like +1, -2. There's just like a ton of information. Anyway, here are the 7 games currently being delayed that have come out and said they're being delayed. Demon School, delayed to November 19th. Ectrina Lucis, delayed until 2016. Little Witch in the Woods, delayed till September 15th. Clover Pit, delayed till September 26th. Mega Bonk, delayed till September 18th. Baby Steps, delayed to September 23rd. And Feyland, delayed, no release date. There has been some conjecture that perhaps Feyland was not coming out anyway, and they are just using this to their advantage. There were at least one game out there that basically said, oh, bless me, brother. That basically was like, yeah, we have an important announcement. We're coming out when we said we are. Thank you for your time. You know, some people trying to be cute. All right, so I'm looking for a red border here that says deal 2 damage. I will say one thing about this is, I don't feel like any of these cards have flavor text, which is wild because they're planeswalkers and therefore they do a bunch of bullshit. There are like no quotes at the bottom of any of these. All right, so this is part of Angrath? No. Deal 2 damage. Red border, deal 2 damage. That's a mass 2. Red border, and it says deal 2 damage. Target gets 2/2. Create a red 1 devil. Control. Okay, it's part of the Fire Mage, which makes sense. It is a red card. Red border. So that's going to go here then. It's Jaya. There we go. Nice. All of these are just right now words, you know, that are probably going to be a little hard to identify, and then something each creature, and then I'm just kind of like matching card art on this one. It's got like, I think it's related to the main part here. I don't know. Oh, it's over here. That's right. It's there. There's just like not a lot of text here. You gain 3 life, and then it's just like part of the the regular card here. So this is part underneath that goes here then. Yeah, we love that. Does this go there? It does go there. Great. We're getting some stuff done with this card. That's excellent. We love that. All right, let's try to get this pile done here. Or this pile is just 2 more pieces, and then I will bring another stack of cards in here. But yeah, so some said they've delayed. Apparently, getting out of the way is being referred to as being silk-songed or silk-songing. I have seen more than one person say, I'm not particularly interested in Silksong, but I was very interested in Demon School and kind of bummed, and I get it. And who knows, maybe Silksong won't be the end-all be-all biggest indie game of the year or anything, but because it has such a reputation of like people waiting for it to come out, it is going to get lots of attention from streamers, right? Streamers are going to play Silksong, and they might not be playing Demon School because they're going to play Silksong instead. Or podcasters might be talking about that. Gaming websites who might cover a bigger game, in bigger indie, are probably going to focus on it. So I get that. But there are some games where I'm like, this is me finding out about this game, and they don't have like a lot of reviews, and they don't even have a demo. And it does feel like maybe they are just advertising that this is happening to them in order to just get some kind of attention. This article might be the only time Kotaku mentions one of these games, Feyland. Maybe the only time they get a mention. All right, so we're looking for a card here that does deals 2 damage and then also discards a card. And it is just it looks to be mostly just gray text here. So we'll see if we can figure this one out. We might not be able to. This might be a do this later. Oh, no, but it is our Rogue Shadow Mage over here. Goes there. Fuck yeah, it does. Love that. Love that for me. All right, this is part of a red frame. Bottom of the card, red frame. 1+1 creature token, and it is in italics for some reason, so we'll look at all those for that. For red frame, I want to say that makes this part of Angrath. So that's going to be, nope, that's not right there. Does it go here? It's not right. Maybe this is not part of Angrath. Oh no, it goes there. Great. Love that. It makes sense that you're an indie dev that you might be wary about releasing near a buzz. Saw like Silksong and delay rather than take the chance you might get ignored that week or so. Yes, Lord Crashes it. The games that were coming out like the day of or the day before Silksong, it makes total sense to be like, oh shit. We're going to get left in dust. But also, that means that those games probably had review copies go out or preview coverage go out, right? And then they don't get that. So now they're like going to have to be like, hey, remember us? We sent you a build for preview and now review, but actually we're coming up this time or for streaming or whatever. It just becomes a lot of work, right? Because Silksong is not sending press copies out because they don't have to, because Team Cherry made so much fucking money that they just don't need to worry about that. Sorry, let's see. I gotta post here. I gotta read this thing real quick. Okay, just a message here. Oh, what? Why do I have so many YouTube notifications? Oh, okay. Great. Sorry, I just had a bunch of them. And I was very confused. Apparently, this is a fun thing. My latest Kuma Baer is doing pretty well for one day. For one day since posting, it's doing remarkably well for me, which is great because I did it. I just never know. I just never know if any of the ones I'm talking about, like, it's not an obscure anime, but I don't know if it's an anime that gets traction on the internet. So, or on YouTube, and I have just no fucking idea, and who knows? But YouTube is still pushing shorts, so that's good for me. As they start, a lot of other shit gets fucked. At least that's working. All right, let's try like one more before we take our pause for the cause, and I talk about ways you can support the channel and go through all that. We're looking for a blue frame that says 5 in the corner and says creature. It's probably Kasima. It's this one here. All right. Well, that didn't take any fucking time at all. So maybe we can do one more. That one was an immediate. A green border legendary with like seems like a tiny tower. All right, green border legendary that matches this. They're all legendary minions, as I said. Legendary Planeswalkers. Green border that has this kind of pattern. Is that? No, that's not that. It's not that. It's this one. Great. It's a legendary Planeswalker. It's this piece here. Now, does that connect here? It does. Fuck yeah. We love that. We love the connections. We love when these pieces start coming together, making sense. So that's going to go like that then. Hell yeah. All right. One more. Riding the high. Yeah, I think that's it for that. I am not going to be watching Death Before Dishonored this Friday live because I do not particularly watch Ring of Honor wrestling shows. They're not going to get me to spend $10 a month on Honor Club to watch this. No thanks, not interested. Also, Sammy Guevara is wrestling in 2 matches on the card, and that is a no thanks for me, dog. I'm good. Card looks not bad, just like, nah, I'm good. I do kind of want to know how Paul Walker versus QT Marshall works. A match without honor. Paul Walker has done some independent wrestling. He has done a non-zero amount of independent wrestling. Seems to fucking love it. QT can work with anybody. That's a fucking thing that's happening. If I had excess cash, I would buy it just for a Bandito versus Hechicero. Yes, Bandito versus Hechicero, going to be great. Athena versus Mina Shirakawa, going to be great. But like, that's not enough for that $10 for a month of a thing I don't want to watch. I will just hear from people that, oh, you missed one of the best matches of the year, Pat, and I'll go, okay. Like, cool. I don't know. I don't want to watch Ring of Honor. So yeah. This piece goes here. All right, right now, there are only 2 pieces I need to find to make me fully believe that I did this correctly. So if this piece fits right, then this one will. If this one fits right, then this one will. And then I didn't mess anything up. If I have to pull these out and swap them, I will. Fingers crossed. I didn't fuck this up. I don't know. It looks right, but who knows? Because I certainly fucked this up a lot already. But yeah, this is all good news. And then Clash in Paris, I'm not going to be watching on Sunday. We'll probably talk about it on Saturday, just to have something to talk about, because it's nice to have things to talk about on stream. But I am pretty much, like, I will, after the fact, watch WrestlePalooza. Probably. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'll watch John Cena's retirement match whenever that happens, but I'm pretty checked out of WWE right now because the product isn't good and they suck. And Brock Lesnar's back, and I don't fucking like that. There's a lot of shit I don't like about that place, and I haven't been motivated to watch. Even though it's never been easier for me to watch them. I'm just not motivated to do so. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're going to be running Royal Rumble next year, in Saudi Arabia. And I don't watch the Saudi Arabia shows. I mean, right now I'm not watching any WWE, but I certainly don't watch those specifically. And the Royal Rumble is my favorite thing in that WWE does. And so it's a shame, like, but when I think about, like, well, I really don't need to watch the lead up to it because I'm not going to watch it. So I don't really need to know what's going on over there because it is just, you know, the road to the Royal Rumble. And then that's the road to WrestleMania. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of don't fucking care. It's weird. I keep up with what's going on there because I like keeping up with wrestling, but yeah. Shit's rough. Oh, and that fucking company. If Sami Zayn gets a good match, I'll probably tune in for Sami because I still love Sami Zayn. If and when Kevin Owens comes back from his time off from injury, I'll check in with Kevin Owens. If the New Day turns babyface, I'll probably check that out. But I'm just not super engaged right now with the brand, as it were. Speaking of brands, hi. Now's the part of the stream where I'm going to talk to you about ways that you, the viewer, can support me, the streamer. Everything I'm about to tell you is optional. You don't have to do any of these things. But if you would like to support me financially, you certainly could. First thing first, if you are like a Aristofan and you are a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emotes. If you're specifically a Aristofan or me, you got those emotes. Throw those emotes in the chat. Let the people know that being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime and you have linked with Twitch, you get that Twitch Prime. You can use it for anybody. If you're not using it, please use it. But especially use it for me, because that would be great for me. But use it. You know, don't waste that. Don't waste those Bezos bucks. That would be great for me. I would love that. If you do that, there are other ways to support me financially, like my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBaer. Over on my Patreon, there's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. Tomorrow, my $1, $3, $5, and $10 patrons are getting a Q&A video. It's my monthly Q&A video that I put out, monthly. It is the only exclusive content I make as just a thank you to people that are still supporting me on that site. So that's another way to support me financially if you're interested. Over on YouTube, youtube.com/PatBaer is my YouTube channel. You can subscribe there for free, of course. And if you want to become a member over there for just $2 a month, you can become a member and you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So the video that's doing well for me today, you would have seen that on Tuesday. You didn't have to wait till Wednesday to watch it. You could have seen that on Tuesday. So that's cool. And everything I make through those are monthly ways, right? Monthly. But there's also a Ko-Fi and a PayPal, a direct if you want to do a tip jar. If you don't want to support me on a monthly basis, but you do want to financially help me out, you can do that. And everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense, so watching my videos helps me out, through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And out of that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits and Lego sets and even jigsaw puzzles like this fucking jigsaw puzzle that I'm working on. But I was able to build that, or I was able to buy this because of your generosity. Now, I have a backlog of stuff to build. I've got more coming. I pre-ordered a kit that won't be here till January. I pre-ordered a kit that will be here in September. I've got a backlog of stuff to build. I've got new stuff coming in. But after I'm done with this, instead of building from that, if you want to decide what I build next, you could buy something for me to build on stream, and then that jumps the queue, forget my backlog, I build that thing. I've got Lego sets and model kits, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, kits that are on sale, kits that never go on sale, a bunch of stuff right now that is on my list but doesn't have an easy way to buy it. Probably because some international sellers are freaked out right now for good, understandable reasons. But yeah, if you want to see me build a Lego set or a model kit, you could pick that up. Or like a mega Pokemon kit. I could work on a Machamp because you want me to build a Machamp out of Mega. I could do that. I got a bunch of things today. If you see something on this wish list you'd like to see me build, buy it. And then it'll come to me mail and jump the queue and be the next thing I work on. And get a dedicated video on my YouTube channel about the thing you purchased. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. So you can check that Throne list out as well. And then, of course, the most convoluted way to support me financially is to go to USA Gundam Store, buy a gift card at USA Gundam Store. They will send you a gift card code in your email. And then you can send me a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store, and then make it my priority to build it. As soon as I'm done assembling this thing, I'll get started on that. That's something you could do if you want to. The way to support me, if you don't want to, spend a dime, you still want to help me out, you can join my Discord. You can find out about stuff over there. I post build photos. People post stuff they're working on. It's a nice little community. We'd love you on the Discord. A couple video links for you to check out. I will have a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club up on Monday, but the most recent episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club is me talking about anime that I don't think I'll ever watch again, even though I love. And I talk about the various reasons why that's the case. So watch that if you haven't already. And then Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. And every month I have a theme. The theme for this month was the chillest of chill slice of life. Just slice of life where it's like, yeah, sometimes stuff happens, but it's mostly really chill and cool. And I talked about one of my favorite shows. A show I can't believe I haven't talked about in Kuma Baer in its second, already in its second year, but I hadn't talked about this show. I'm talking about Polar Bear Cafe. Oh, Polar Bear Cafe. What happens when a polar bear opens a cafe for humans and animals? There's a panda. There's a penguin. There's a guy that works at the zoo. There's a panda that works at the zoo. It's just very fun and silly and a really good time. And I think it's just like a really chill show. You should check it out. You should watch my 1 minute talking about it, and then you should check out that series. Because I think it's really great. That was a pleasure to make that video. All right, so what's going to happen now is I am going to drink some water. We are going to transition back to the overhead camera. And then I'm going to kind of talk about some anime, really loosely anime talk, because it's hard for me to really read my notes as I'm doing this, but we'll still talk about it. As we do that, I need to actually just drink some water, which I'll do, and we'll dramatically transition to the overhead camera right now. I forgot. My keyboard is farther than it is normally, and so for the pause for the cause, I have to move my keyboard so that I can do my job better. All right. Can I figure out what this is before I talk about anime? Let's just try to get this piece in. This is some sort of wizard person doing some wizardy stuff. A mage of some kind. Yeah, that's right. It's Teferi, Time Raveler. There it is. That goes there. And that goes there. That doesn't go there. There's one more piece between those. Hell yeah. Actually, that probably goes like this. Something like that. Something like this. Something like this. It all works out. It'll all figure itself out. That doesn't go like that, so it goes like that. Wait, does this go there? No. Looks like it does, but it doesn't. Okay, we're figuring all this out. I'll at least tell you the two anime I'm talking about are the past 2 episodes of City, because I didn't get a chance to watch last week. I hadn't watched the episode of City. And then I'll talk to you a bit about this episode of New Panty Stocking with Garterbelt, and we'll start with that because it's easier for me to talk about that. There were 3 stories in this one. The third story was short here. Really, the first two were short, and the second one was about normal length. Hey, they just did Inferno Cop. They just did Inferno Cop, triggers Inferno Cop. They called him Impact Cop, but it's just Inferno Cop. Inferno Cop came to Dayton City and investigated stuff and got mixed around with Panty Stocking and the crew. And that's fucking weird. It was fucking weird, y'all. If you're unfamiliar with Inferno Cop, let me briefly look at the Wikipedia page here on Inferno Cop. Again, Impact Cop, but it's Inferno Cop. That is an internet animation, webcomic, motion comic style. But Trigger produced it. And it was it's from 2012, so it is a contemporary of the original Panty Stocking. But basically, it's about a cop that his head is on fire, and he's trying to track down the people that murdered his family. And then it gets weirder and weirder and weirder from there. It's just a weird fucking series. It's great. But it's really fucking weird. It's just strange. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. So they don't call him again. They don't call him Inferno Cop. They call him Impact Cop. But he is there, and it really fucking weirded me out. Okay, so this goes on here. That is this piece here. Hell yeah. Anyway, so we get two stories with Impact Cop, where he is trying to find the root of evil in Dayton City, and he thinks he found it, and he thinks it's the internet. Which makes a lot of fucking sense. If it really was, spoilers, it's not. But if it really was that the internet was the reason why Dayton City was so fucked up and evil, that would make a lot of sense. But it's not. It turns out that was just a ghost pretending to be the internet, posing as the embodiment of the internet. All right, so we're looking for gray text here that starts with your. And as you know, this is a legendary. Legendary that says your. Gray text. Gray border. Your opponent. This is a Kaya. This is a piece of Kaya. All right, so that kind of goes like that then. Kind of, sort of, I guess. Somewhere around here. Well, yeah, so that would go like that then. And that would kind of go like this. Great. We're already figuring it out. Anyway, then the second part of this, more fun stories with Impact Cop. And then Impact Cop has his commissioner, the commissioner of the police department, gets murdered by a monster who says, I'm the actual root of all evil. I am the true evil. Okay, so we're looking for a kind of gold here. Oh, this is part of this? Yes. Hell yeah. Goes right there. All right, so then this is black here. This is render. What card says render? Oh. No, render. Oh, it's this one here. All right. I got nothing next to that, so. Goes like that. Okay. Not satisfied for that. Impact Cop is really bummed out to find out his commissioner is dead. And then he uses the internet ghost from the previous story to help capture the new root of all evil. And then he burns them because he's He's Inferno Cop. He's Impact Cop, but he's Inferno Cop. Again, it's just fucking weird of all the references, of all of the things to be in this goddamn anime. I was not expecting it, but I should, because this show is fucking weird. All right, so I'm looking for a card that has 3 in the bottom corner with a green border. So we'll look for that before we talk about the third story in Panty Stocking with Garterbelt, who again were in the beginning of this show, but basically they took most of an episode to just do their own version of a motion comic net animation from Japan. And it weirds me out. All right, so then this is going to go here. Hey, it goes there. Great, we love that. All right. Kaya, that's going to go here. Now, does that also go here? It does. All right, and does that go here then? Yes, that goes there. Seems like it shouldn't, but it does. It goes there. Okay. All right. Okay, we're now blending cards together. We love that. We were looking for a red frame 5. It says creature. So it's not that one. And it's not that one. Yes, okay. It's yeah, it's part it goes over. No, I thought it goes there. Yes, it does go there. Yeah. It's just part of Tybalt. Okay, so the last part of this one is Garterbelt narcs on Panty because Panty likes to swear all the time. And so she gets a tongue ring implanted in her by Heaven that severs her tongue off when she swears, and then her tongue starts to regrow. And that is supposed to mean that she won't swear as much because she doesn't want her tongue to get severed, which makes sense. But she realizes, hey, loophole. If I sing profanities, that's fine. So she starts singing, and her tongue gets possessed by a ghost of someone who was like part of musicals, and so we get a whole musical parody thing going here. And then she does very well. Her tongue that has been possessed does incredibly well in Dayton City, and because that has done so well, it causes the ghost that has possessed her tongue to pass on to Heaven. And everybody's happy, and it went great, except Panty's singing, apparently, via Ghost, has created the audience desire to have a big orgy. So the episode ends with her getting the tongue ring effect happening again, and her tongue getting severed because she did that. Punchline is the punchline. Just again, I can't like that story. I was like, that's fine. This is kind of funny. That's pretty good. I just can't fucking get over the fact that they did a knockoff of Inferno Cop. It's just so weird. It's not as weird as the Fast and Furious as sperm story in New Panty Stocking with Garterbelt. Like, that's still the fucking weirdest. Game or... Okay, so it's this one. All right. That's still the weirdest shit that has been in anything for this series, but it's up there. It's right up there. All right, let's try to get. This is a card that has a blue border, or it is, yeah, it has a blue border, and it's draw token. It's a blue border, and there's something about draw and token. Let's see if I can figure this. This one might be hard. I might have to come back to this one. We'll see. You also create a 2/2. So let's see. Blue. That's not that one. Let's see. Draw a card. Okay, yeah, all right. It's part of Kashmina. So that's going to go over here. Great. That one wasn't that hard. So I missed 2 episodes, or missed covering 2 episodes now of City. Episode 7 is a bunch of small stories here. I won't go into too many details about these small stories. This one I'm not going to be able to figure out. But I will say, genuinely, the best story of the bunch was Matsuri and Echan, who have this kind of like... Echan is leaving for England. They have an unbelievably, incredibly wonderful dynamic in the show where they are constantly... okay, this is a red that's over a red that costs 5, and it's next to a red. So this is, I guess, this one? Yeah. Okay, that goes over here. They're over drag, and then it always ends with either a really dramatic... punchline or something. There's always some kind of nonsense right at the end of it, and it fucking rules, and I love it. But yeah, Echan's leaving, so they have they spend a bunch of time together, and it's really nice. Subarishi has to go to the countryside and gets and has like a whole adventure trying to get ingredients to satisfy one customer, and it is just a circumference of lots of nonsense. It is very difficult. It would be very difficult for me to describe in the best of circumstances, so I won't do that in these circumstances, except to say the heightening is very fucking good. All right, so Teferi, that is this piece here. Hell yeah, love that for us. But I recommend City so much. It's so good. Subarishi is then later depressed because the customer, even though he went crazy trying to make this unbelievably great dish, the customer's just like, your fried rice is okay. And Subarishi is still really sad. And then there's a bunch of people who are like trying to help out Nikora, which makes Nikora really mad, because they're like, why are you mad all the time? And she's just like, I'm not. Why do you think I'm mad all the time? So she gets mad because they think she's mad, it's a good bit. All right, opponents, hexproof. Yeah, okay, so this is a Kaya piece here. That goes like that. And that goes like that. We love that. Look at that. Getting a bunch of this legendary all together. Figuring this stuff out. You love to see it. And let's see. We meet a new character named Kuratake, who is a barber. And wants to give people free haircuts to give back to the city of City, and then it also helps out with the infrastructure. It's a weird thing where I'm like, as far as I can tell, Kuratake is a reference to a politician or something. It is a reference I do not get. I am convinced that this is not just a random character, that this is a reference to something that I am missing. But it is a fun little bit of business, I'll say that. Even though I don't know what's going on, it's still fun. Ooh, that goes there. That does go there, doesn't it? Hell yeah. When I can fit, sometimes these random pieces, I'm like, oh, it goes somewhere here. And when I figure out, oh, it actually goes right next to the piece I have. That's such a good feeling. All right, blue frame. Wizard. A blue frame card that says Wizard on it. That actually shouldn't be too hard to find a blue frame that says Wizard. It shouldn't be impossible. Oh, and there's a quiz, and you win bullshit, and then Nagamo's mad about that. And then episode 8. Let me see if I can find this. I need a blue card. Okay, yeah, create a 2/2 blue wizard. It's this piece. Kashima is getting made here. Kazmina, I should say. Kazmina is getting all her card text is there. I'm going to delay some of these because they're all just text. And I'm instead going to look for a +2, -2, which I believe is part of Rawl, Storm, whatever. I believe this is going to go here then. Love that. And then... yeah, so it's going to go like that then. That's cool. Okay. Target greater. Why did I think I could figure this one out? Like, based on this information, that's a later to figure out piece. Sometimes with these, I get on a roll and I'm like, I get ambitious. I'm like, oh, I can figure that one out. Oh, I can figure that one out. And it's just like, no, dog, you couldn't. You could not figure that out. That one I know. That's part of, yeah. Mina. So that means that goes like here then? Yeah. No. Doesn't go there. That will go like where? This looks like this is the right piece here, I believe. So this is going to go next to the Wanderer. I thought it would go there. But that's not it. So it must go like this then. Yeah, maybe that goes like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. This other episode is Tanabe has a crush, and she gets advice to ask out her crush, and then accidentally asks out the father of her crush by mistake. And that's just like, what? There's we met a city cop who has a crush on Wako and then doesn't get a crush on Riko because that would be unfair to Wako, and it's all one-sided nonsense. I don't know, this whole episode, not this whole episode, but a lot of this episode has big crush feelings in it, which is fun. All right. That's going to be Vivian. This is a... no, but that's there. Ooh, this is a different one. That's a different part of Vivian. Okay, that's not the same part. So it's a different card here. Oh, this is part, yeah. Okay. This goes here. Got it. There are 2 different green cards that is +1, -2. And now I have both of them out there, which is good for me. This is a card that starts with the. A card that starts with the is what I'm looking for here. So I look at all the cards that start with the word the. The Wanderer. Is this part of the Wanderer? It probably is. It looks like it is. So that goes here. Now, does that go here? Connecting these two cards? It does. Hell yeah. We love that. Tails or something. Something that it costs 2 mana. That has a blue line. Blue border. Is this the Great Creator? No. Is this... Not that one. Not Dream Renner. Something Tales? Yes, Collector of Tales. This is Tamio, Collector of Tales. Which is what? It is next to this piece here. Cool. Let's see. Takawaku, Matsuri, and Echan are going to make a band. Reminder that Echan was supposed to be moving away. Echan did not move away. Instead, now they're with Takawaku are making a band. Tadawaku, I should say. There's a whole thing about a play. Tadawaku is getting ready for a date with Riko. And he buys it's all like we're not sure what he's buying. In the end, it's revealed that he's buying a shirt that's all tattered and fucked up. It's just like, oh, that might be bad, but we actually, as the viewer, we don't know if that's going to be bad or not because this show is weird. But then immediately we find the members of the band are just like, this new band are just like, what are you wearing? What is happening right now? And they're trying not to laugh. And they're like, you should complete the whole look. You should get more clothing that is fucked up. Which is mean. That is just mean. It is mean that this is like the meanest thing that's happened on the show. So he gets ready for the date. And they're going to the theater, and that is a play called Throat. And Nagumo is in the play, and everyone's happy with the play. And then Nagumo ends the episode by receiving a coupon for rice. This show is just laid back and funny and silly. I really like it. It's one of my favorite shows this season by far. If you got Amazon Prime, please check it out. It's real good. All right, so this one is faded out here because it goes there, but this is Raj, so that goes there. There we go. Got that there. Love that. All right, now is the part of the stream where I want to hear from you. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? I always love hearing from you folks about what you're up to. So please feel free to let me know. I will tell you, friends, that I am not getting into a ton of details when it comes to what's going on here in this household, but my mother is currently recovering from surgery. It has been a week and a day, and it's going well. This was a necessary surgery, and we're happy with the recovery. But that means that I have been chipping in a lot more around the house. I mean, I always chip in, but I'm doing more lately. So I have been doing a lot of meal prep and a lot of making dinner and getting things ready and all that. When I finish the stream here, ooh, that goes right there. Hell yeah. When I finish the stream here, I will go and check in to see if she is still awake, and if she needs something. So that has been a lot of my time. I have still managed to play some video games. I did on stream play more of the randomizer the Heart Gold randomizer that I have been doing, which I did end up early because I had a bad headache, which I do not like ending my streams early for that kind of thing, but I felt like it was okay to do. And I certainly will. I certainly will if I'm feeling like I don't want to keep doing this, I don't want to keep streaming, then I'm gonna bounce if I'm not feeling up for it. This is part of Nicol Bolas here, so we'll put that there, and that also connects with, hell yeah, making connections here. Both of the Bolases. Bolas cards. I don't think any of these are quite easy, so we'll make my life easier here. This is the other part of Nicol Bolas, so we'll figure out how this goes in. This should go like that then, or like this. It doesn't go like that. Okay, so this should go like that. All right, yeah, it goes like that. But what? Oh, it goes like that. Hell yeah. That looks rad. But yes, please let me know in chat what you're up to, what you're into, what you got going on. I always love hearing from you folks about those things. I'm sorry, I'm in a bit of a roll here with this. So yeah, I did bounce out of that stream a little early, but I did have fun. The last time I played that game was last month, so it was like, I kind of just want to do it again. I don't have like new video games really. I don't have anything new. The newest game I do have is I played a little bit on Monday. A little bit more of one of my favorite games lately, which is This Seat Taken? And I will do a full stream of that probably next week. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it, but I think next week I'm just going to play more of that because I really liked it. I am looking for something else to pick up to play, like some new game for next month, to maybe put it up as an option for people to vote for my $3, $5, and $10 patrons. This is Reveler. This is Reveler here. Goes there. So yeah, I am thinking about doing that. I'm playing Hearthstone every day. I also thought, man, maybe I'll just stream Hearthstone next week. I don't know. I don't know what I'm streaming next Tuesday. I might do a full Hearthstone stream because I have enough dumb decks that I might just do that. And I might put like, as an option, putting in some other games. But I would like one new game next month. That would be good. And I will probably also do 2K25 because it's been a while since I did a WWE 2K25 stream. So that requires like notice that I'm going to do that. Okay. So who's the Dream? Who's the Dream guy? This definitely says Dream. So you look for that. Probably not Dreadlight Horde. This is Dream. It's not Rogue Shadow Mage. Dream. Okay, could not find that card that I'm looking for, so maybe it doesn't say Dream, but I feel like it does say that. So I'm going to look now at every card, and then I will read what y'all have been writing here, both Flashbrook and Lord Crashington. But yeah, playing Hearthstone every day. I haven't played Nubby's Number Factory in a couple days. I will probably play more of that. I'm kind of waiting for the... There isn't going to be like more levels or changes to anything in the game, but they are going to be cosmetics that you can buy to use your stars. Since I've unlocked all the stuff, there is certainly the possibility that there will be some extra stuff put in there, but right now it does not appear to be. There's not appear. Oh, this actually goes here. And then this goes there. Oh, nice. Dreambender. Right now, there isn't any like new levels or new supervisors, but they're going to add some cosmetics. And I do want to have a weirder version of my guy, of my good guy Nubby. So I am looking forward to that. There we go. Hell yeah, that goes over there. Love to see that. So yeah, still looking for more good times in that game. And I think this weekend is catching up on some wrestling, and then also okay, these are both say Legendary Planewalkers. These are both gray Legendary Planewalker cards. Prevent all. So we're gonna look for one that has the text prevent all, because that should be pretty easy, because I don't know many cards that have that word. Prevent all. So this should be pretty straightforward for me to find. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a little bit of either a D&D or something going on this weekend. I want to get something going on. That would be really fun. I want to get some gaming in, some tabletop stuff going. Lashbrook says, continuing my Metroid journey, I finally played through Other M, and that game is so insulting on so many fronts. Yeah, I know that you're going through the games, but like, that's wild that you played that one, that you played Other M. That's kind of bonkers to me, Lashbrook. Gameplay had some good parts though. Thinking of washing the taste out of my mouth with Dread next. I mean, I've heard phenomenal things about Dread. I think you know that's a wise decision. But I'm actually surprised you played Other M, because I don't know anybody that really loved that one. Vivian's over here. These are all out of control. This is all out of control. But this is this is part of Planeswalker Vivian. It goes right there. We did it. This goes like this. This goes like that. This goes here. This line. These are not connected, but they feel like they should be. So that means this something's off. Something's off here. We're gonna get on this map. Sometimes you have to know. I've stuck to so many Metroid games, I already know whenever I decide to play them. Okay, yeah, I get it, but I don't know about that. I get what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with you. All right, so there's got to be like one piece in between these, and that's what's going on here. So that goes like that, and then there's like, yeah, one piece that goes there. Okay, that makes some sense. And then this might be the wrong piece. I think this is in the wrong place. This just doesn't seem to fit right. It's green and green, and I thought I had put this in the right spot, but I'm starting to think this is the wrong one. Because there's already text here. Yeah, I think this is the wrong piece. I think I put this in the wrong place. I think this might go over here. That might be. This is the. I was right, folks. I thought I put this in the wrong spot, and I was like, "There's got to be that's got to be somewhere else," and it is. It goes over here, but it was two green cards next to each other. I understand why I made that mistake, but it was a mistake. Lord Crasher says, I got the Switch 2 upgrade for Kirby and the Forgotten Land that adds a new expansion to the game, which is pretty rad. Hell yeah. I've heard very good things about that. I'm glad that you liked that you got the upgrade. I hope it's rad. You said it's pretty rad. I hope it really is. All right. Who are you? You are SHER. You have cool hair. You are Smasher. You're Smith the Smasher. Right there. Tyrant Smasher. Gonna smash them tyrants up. Show them what's up. I'm smashing them. All right, this is a red card that is next, a red border that is next to another red border. So that is in this area here. That is either this piece. It is this piece. Okay, it was either here or here because I got 2 red cards over 2 red cards. And so you can kind of get the sense of that, of where it goes. This card is also a red border. And it has a -1. So I'm going to look for a red card that says -1. That is Submit, right over here. So that's going to be this piece here. Yeah. 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 Was I ambitious thinking I could figure this one out? It's really, really cool looking art. I might have been ambitious thinking I could figure this one out here. We'll take a deeper look. But yeah, I'm glad y'all are fun with getting some games. Like I said, I definitely want... oh, this is part of Donvin. This is something to do with Donvin, but I don't know where this goes. Go there? No, that kind of looks right, but not really. Does it go here? No. Does it go like this? It goes like that. Great. That wasn't super ambitious. I did it right. We got a 5 that is above a red border. Orisfan says, I finished Sword of the Sea, which is quite fun. I decided to look for other PlayStation Plus games to play, so now I'm playing Indica, a pretty weird little indie game about a Russian nun. Indica, yeah, I watched some streamers play Indica, and I certainly enjoyed my time watching that. I didn't play it myself, but I did watch some people play that, and I thought that was pretty fucking stellar from what I did get to see of it. All right, so we're looking for a red 2. And it's 5 on the bottom. Okay, so that's here. We're finding a bunch of pieces for this one card here. Which I'm not complaining about, because that's great. We love that. That goes there. Lorcar says it has a new mouthful mode form for Kirby to deep throat, like a big spring, a big gear that lets him climb walls, and a folding street sign for sliding down hills. That sounds cute as shit. We love that. I mean, that's already a quality game, so hell yeah. But as I did say, I am trying to figure out what my next gaming purchase is going to be. I really, really enjoy... I want to finish, but I kind of want to do it on stream. I want to play more. You know what? Next week, that's it. Next week, I'm playing more Is This Seat Taken? I'm going to play more Is This Seat Taken next week. And I don't know if we'll finish it, but we'll try to get further in Is This Seat Taken? Because I think that game is great. Oh, that goes there. Great. We did that too. Nice. And I just want to play more of it. I just think that game is fucking neat. All right, so we're looking for a card with a blue frame that says, look in your library. So blue frame on the left. And it says, look in your library. We'll find that. Over here. Of their library, non-land. No, that's not it. Look at the top 4 cards, your library. Great, yes, this is Narset. This is a rule for Narset. So it's going to go here. And then does that go there? It fucking does. Hell yeah. You saw that Evil Uno beat that game. Nice. Yeah, I just want to play more of it, and I want to do it on stream because it's fun. I did run into some challenges, some challenging ones. Okay, so this is a 4. Is this going to be for Vivian? I think this is for Vivian. But that's not. That doesn't fit there. It looks like it should, but it doesn't. So there might be another green 4. Let's look for another green 4. Or maybe another piece of this is wrong. But that's a green 4. But that did not fit in there. Did not fit right. 3, 4, 5, 7. I'm looking for a green 4. I don't see another green 4. That's not saying there isn't one. I'm just saying I don't see it. That's a green 4. That's a green 5. Okay, so is the card next to this wrong? That's telling me something is wrong. If this does not fit in there, but that, this doesn't fit. But that says, okay, so this says Planeswalker Vivian. So this is not part of that. If this doesn't fit underneath it, it's just not part of it, which means there's another 4 cost with a green border or partial green border, and I just have to figure out what that is, because like that's the right piece, this is the right piece, like, oh, unless it's, oh, you know what? It's not fully says Vivian. This is the end of the card, so it goes there. Is this piece go on there? Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it was. This is the right piece. It's just not, I was putting it in the wrong spot. I was fucking up. And then Sublime something or other. Let's find SUB. So yeah, I want to do that next week. So I'm gonna do that next week because I haven't peeked behind the curtain. Haven't worked on my schedule for September yet. I need to figure that out. That is part of what I'm doing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm doing that. I am recording my monthly Q&A, and then I'm also doing prep for Saturday, where I'm recording, or maybe Friday night, but probably Saturday, where I'm recording the next episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. But I'm probably doing that on Saturday, because my dad is going to make stew, so I don't have to make dinner on Saturday. Since I don't have to make dinner on Saturday, I probably just get that done. All right, so this looks like it gets cut off, but I don't know. Let's call this probably our last piece that we're going to do here. We're looking for Sublime, something or other. What's the pack? It's not that. It's not that. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sublime Artificer. Goes right here. Hell yeah. Saturday stream. Our next stream, more of this. We got a lot fucking done here, though. This is really starting to come together. I'm feeling real good about this. I got to go through and sort more pieces to try to find. I got to go through my box here and find more pieces that we can start sorting and start figuring out. But we got a lot done here. I'm feeling good about it. More to come on stream. The next one. But at this point, I will say, hey, we are going to end this stream like we end every stream, with a raid. We're going to go find someone doing cool stuff and go spend some time with them, because that's the least we could do, is to keep the party rolling. So let me see who is doing stuff out there, and let's go hang out with them. We'll go do that. Reminder again that my next stream is this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you'll come hang out with me for that. Let's see. I don't know how much longer they're going to stream, but we never get to raid Will Smith. Will Smith is streaming right now with his daughter, so the kiddo, and they're playing Fortnite, and he is playing as Hank Hill. So at the very least, we want to go hang out with Will for that and see what the fuck's going on there. Again, I don't know how long they're going to stream, but we'll go hang out because that sounds very silly to me. And I love Will, and I want to go support Will. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Come back on Saturday for more shenanigans, more working on this. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.